Day 12. In a nutshell, speaking Lashon Hara is a sign of arrogance and is a Chilul Hashem. The arrogant gossiper and Chilul Hashem. In his famous Igeris ethical letter to his son, the Ramban writes that Anava, humility, is the greatest of all good midos, and that it leads to Yira Shemaim, awe of Hashem. Being humble does not mean to think oneself as a nobody, a failure. To the contrary, a person can be successful in life only if he has self-esteem and feels good about himself. What then is anava? To be humble is to realize that whatever we accomplish in life is only through siyata d'shmaya, help from Hashem. Without Hashem's help, we are helpless, literally. To be humble also means to realize that although we have accomplished many good things in our lives, we really do not know if we are achieving our potential. It is possible that we can accomplish so much more. To be humble also means not to feel haughty just because we have been blessed with talent in any given area. A talent is a blessing from Hashem to be used in His service, not to make one feel superior to others. Finally, to be humble means to realize that we are not perfect. No one is. So rather than focus only on our good qualities and feel proud, we should give equal time to our faults, recognize them, and work to correct them. The Torah states, "V'ram levavcha v'shachachta es Hashem Elokecha," and your heart will become haughty, and you will forget Hashem, your God. Another verse states, "Hisham lecha petishkach es Hashem Elokecha." Be careful, unless you forget Hashem, your God. By way of the first verse, the Gemara derives that the second verse is a losase, not to be haughty. Chofetz Chaim draws the following conclusion. Since the speaker of Lashon Hara belittles others, he most probably considers himself a wise, important person. For if he recognizes his own faults, then why would he make fun of others? Thus, one who speaks Lashon Hara is guilty of arrogance and has transgressed this sin. Chofetz Chaim adds that when a person is mischabe b'klon chavero, meaning he builds his own nature in the eyes of others, belittling someone else, then he certainly is guilty of this sin. Furthermore, our sages teach that someone who is mischabe b'klon chavero loses his portion in the world to come. The Torah states, "Lo sechala Hashem kachi," you should not desecrate my holy name. This verse cautions us not to cause a Chilul Hashem, desecration of Hashem's name through our words or actions. The Chofetz Chaim says that when someone speaks Lashon Hara, he is guilty of Chilul Hashem in the Chofetz Chaim's words, as this Lashon Hara does not involve taiva, or physical pleasure, which can allow a person to be overcome by his desires. Therefore, committing this sin is considered a sort of rebellion against Hashem and casting off the yoke of heaven. And this is a Chilul Hashem. In a nutshell, speaking Lashon Hara is a sign of arrogance and is a Chilul Hashem. Day 13. In a nutshell, if we truly seek to avoid Lashon Hara, we must rid ourselves of hatred towards others, and we must not seek revenge or bear a grudge. Inner hatred and revenge. Want to hear what Yosef did? You've got to hear this. But don't tell him that I told you. He thinks I'm his friend. If someone speaks Lashon Hara and at the same time is careful that others should not know of his dislike towards him, he has transgressed lo sisna es achicha b'lvavecha. Do not hate your brother in your heart. The key word here is b'lvavecha, in your heart. It is wrong to show open hatred to a fellow Jew, but it is even worse to act as if you like him while harboring hatred in your heart. This is the kind of hatred which the verse speaks. If we think that we have a valid reason for being upset or even angry with someone, then we should speak to the person about it in a respectful manner. If we keep the anger bottled up inside, it will grow, and over the course of time will most certainly develop into sin of chinam, baseless hatred. This is the hatred that destroyed the second Beis Hamikdash. If someone speaks Lashon Hara about someone out of desire to get even with that person, or because he bears a grudge against him, then he has transgressed lo sikam v'lo sitor, do not take revenge and do not bear a grudge. Sometimes we are truly wronged by someone and we find it hard not to bear a grudge. When this happens, there are a number of thoughts we can focus on to rid ourselves of bad feelings towards the person. We can tell ourselves any or all of the following: I don't know what possessed me to do such a thing to me. What possessed him to do such a thing to me? Because he is having problems of which people are unaware, and this is causing him to behave this way. I actually feel more sorry for him than for myself. Thank God I do not resort to such behavior, even when I am upset with someone. What will I gain by bearing a grudge or seeking revenge? This will only lead to more bitterness and ill feelings, and everyone will lose. On the other hand, if I rid myself of any ill feelings and forgive him, Hashem will judge me the same way and I will be forgiven for my misdeeds. And if I am good to him, there is a reasonable chance that he will want to respond in kind, and we will be on the way to a real friendship and goodwill. Finally, we should bear in mind the following. In heaven, all Jewish souls are one. Therefore, seeking revenge against another Jew is as ridiculous as hitting one's hand for having the nerve to get stuck in the door. What the person is actually doing is punishing himself. Again, in a nutshell, if we truly seek to avoid Lashon Hara, we must rid ourselves of hatred towards others, and we must not seek revenge or bear a grudge. Have a wonderful day.